Okay, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us. Today I have Jiva and Micha from Slovenia. Jiva is from the Slovenia Tourism Board, and Micha is from Roundabout Travel in Slovenia. They are going to present to us about the beautiful country of Slovenia. And when you visit Slovenia, you can experience many different cultures and aspects of the country. But you can be in the Alps in the morning, and then in the afternoon, you can be at the Adriatic Sea. So it is an amazing green country that I hope to be able to send many clients to in the near future. So thank you. Hi, Jiva. Hi, Micha.
Hi.
Hi,
Darby.
hi. Thank you for inviting us. Happy to be here.
Thank you.
Exactly. And thank you very much to all that you are taking your time from your schedule to be here and to allow us to present Slovenia to you. As Darby already said, my name is Jiva. I work at the Slovenian Tourist Board. And today I'll be talking a bit about Slovenia, why Slovenia is green, about our outdoor activities, citizen culture, about the amazing gastronomy that we have, the spa resorts, and of course, we can't go without the Slovenia unique experiences. So after me, I will then give the word to Mitya from Roundabout Slovenia, which is one of our best DMCs. And Mitya will tell you a bit more about experiences and the programs that they offer and about what else can be done and can be seen and experienced in Slovenia. So without further ado, I suggest that we start with the short introduction. So
Thank you.
Okay, so Slovenia has a great Central European position in the triangle between Venice, Vienna, and Budapest, and this is making it really easily accessible from practically everywhere. For example, from Venice, there is only 1 hour drive to the Slovenian border and a 2-hour drive to our capital, Ljubljana. You can reach us also within, for example, a 2-hour flight from London to Slovenia, or 1-hour flight from Paris, Vienna, and so on. With a population of just over 2 million, Slovenia is one of the smallest European Union countries, and it is in the Schengen area, and our currency is the euro. All these facts make our country very easy and convenient to travel to and to explore. And although Slovenia is a small country, it is diverse because it is located on the crossroad of 4 geographical regions. We have the Alps with the highest mountains, accessible hills, green valleys, and fairy tale lakes. Then the Mediterranean with stunning coastal towns and green eastern rural area. The Pannonian Plain with many thermal and mineral springs, and the Karst with mysterious underground creations. And the story of Slovenia is a story of love. Love for nature in all its variety. Love for green. And our vision is for Slovenia to become a global green destination for discerning guests seeking a diverse and active experience, peace of mind, and personal benefits. But let's go to the beginning of our green story. Nature has gifted Slovenia with many beautiful features. Green is part of our identity. It is literally in our heart. Here are some green facts about Slovenia. It is one of the greenest countries in the world. 60% of its surface is covered with forest, and 1/3 of our nature is protected. Slovenia is one of the wealthiest countries in terms of waters and biodiversity, with more than 20,000 animal and plant species. To preserve our nature, we are following our green philosophy. Slovenia is green, acts green, and promotes green. Slovenian Tourist Board has pledged itself to sustainable development with the National Strategic Guideline. Sustainability is at the core of all of our tourism activities. And to assure tourists of a safe environment in Slovenia after this, let's say, hard times, we designed the label Green and Safe and created a handbook on responsible travel standards. The label was also recognized by the World Travel and Tourism Council and its Safe Travels program, which gave it international recognition. The manual Responsible Travel Standards in Slovenian tourism designates and highlights hygiene standards, underlies underlines opportunities that Slovenia as a green, active, and healthy destination can take advantage of in this new reality, and provides communication tools in 10 content areas. So we are doing everything in our power to ensure that you are green and safe in Slovenia. Slovenia's green and unspoiled nature is also a perfect playground for active holidays. Might it be on foot or by bike, among the mountains, in the middle of green forests, in the underground, next to the water, or on a golf course. You name it, the world of active adventures waits for you in Slovenia. And if we mention just a few perfect locations for active holidays, we sure cannot miss Lake Bohinj in the heart of the Julian Alps. And Bohinj is located at the entrance of the Triglav National Park, named by Mount Triglav, Slovenia's highest peak. The hills and valleys in the area offer exceptional hiking and biking opportunities. Speaking about the mountains, Slovenia wouldn't be the same also without its winter sports. So we invite you to come in the winter time for skiing and to feel the fresh snow beneath your skis at Slovenian ski resorts. But if you are more of a water fan, then be sure to visit the beautiful Socha Valley, which is a valley of action, energy, and many discoveries. Surrounded by the breathtaking green nature, the sounds of the crystal clear river rapids invite you for rafting, kayaking, canoeing, and many, many more. Now, from the mountains to the sea, the Mediterranean coast is ideal for swimming, sailing, or just taking a walk with the whole family through the narrow streets of medieval coastal towns. Slovenia also has a rich cultural heritage. Everywhere you go, you'll be impressed by historic towns and fairy tale castles. And we're better to start our cultural journey through Slovenia than with our capital, Ljubljana, of course. The town's image by Ljubljanica River with picturesque bridges and a marketplace was designed by the famous architect Jože Plečnik. Parks and natural protected areas surround the city of 1,000 events. In Maribor, Slovenia's second largest city and also my hometown, if I may add, you can find the oldest grape wine in the world. The grape wine is 500 years old and is written in the Guinness Book of World Records as the oldest noble wine that still bears grapes. Back at the Alpine area, this is where the only Slovenian island is located, and it is on a lake, Lake Bled. To get to the island, you should take a traditional Pletna boat. There you can visit a Gothic and Baroque church where you can ring a bell, and by doing so, you'll be blessed with years of happiness and luck. There is a medieval castle on the cliff above the lake, and together with the island, it is probably one of the most famous images of Slovenia, most commonly seen and recognized all around the world. Back at the Mediterranean, Piran is a romantic historical town with the main square called Tartini Square, named after the violinist and composer Giuseppe Tartini. Piran grew with salt, and today in Cetrolia salt pans, you can see how people harvest salt using a 700-year-old method and discover more about the tradition of salt production in the Museum of Salt Making. One of Slovenia's cultural highlights is also without a doubt Lipica, the oldest stud farm in Europe. It is home to the Lipicaner horses since 1580. These beautiful white animals are actually born black and turn white only when they grow up. Lipica is located in the Karst region, where you can also find more than 10,000 Karst caves, and Postojna cave is for sure the most popular among them. Unique tourist train will take you through this most visited tourist cave in Europe, and nature's creations there will for sure leave you speechless. Just a stone's throw away is Predjama Castle, the largest cave castle in the world. In the 16th century, it provided shelter to the famous knight Razem Predjamski. You can take a guided tour through the castle and immerse yourself in the past. And another side that shouldn't be missed are the Škocjan caves, another underground miracle that we have here in Slovenia. The caves are on the UNESCO World Natural and Cultural Heritage List. The walk through the most extensive underground river canyon in Europe is simply amazing. Let's move to gastronomy, which is in Slovenia also closely connected with nature. In our country, you can find diversity everywhere, also in gastronomy. Otherwise, relatively small Slovenia has as many as 24 different gastronomic and 3 wine-growing regions. You can enjoy your meal at one of the many Slovenian tourist farms or the market, like the well-known open kitchen food market in the heart of Ljubljana. Or treat yourself to an exceptional gastronomic experience in one of Slovenia's world-class restaurants. Many Slovenian restaurants source their ingredients directly from local farms within the closest proximity. And they swear by two essential principles: farm-to-table concept and zero-kilometer philosophy. This way, you can always be sure that the best local and seasonal products are used, which at the same time also means that the dishes prepared are really healthy. A sustainable approach to gastronomy is becoming really important in Slovenia, and therefore we also introduced a new Slovenia Green Cuisine label for restaurants to encourage them to adopt sustainability principles. And all these efforts towards sustainability played an important role in Slovenia being selected for the European region of gastronomy this year, 2021. Last year, we also enhanced our international visibility in gastronomy with the arrival of the famous Michelin Guide, which unveiled its first stars. 5 Slovenian restaurants and chefs were awarded 1 Michelin star, and 2 Michelin stars went to Hiša Franko and the only lady in this group, Chef Ana Roš. But before we get to Hungary, let's continue to the next chapter, which covers health and well-being. Slovenia is a land of thermal and mineral springs, a land of healthy water. Slovenian spa resorts are one of the pillars of our tourist offer. The offer of Slovenian natural health resorts can be divided into 4 main products. Health treatments, where you can improve your health with the help of nature, knowledge, and experience. Prevention, medical wellness, to preserve your health and prevent diseases. Wellness and selfness, and of course, aquafun and thermal water parks for the whole family. And my last chapter, Slovenia unique experiences. If you want to make experiencing Slovenia even more personal, if you want to make it your way, we've designed boutique 5-star experiences and gathered them under the Slovenia unique experiences label. Here are just a few of them, and just a small glimpse to what can be discovered also in Slovenia. For all the others, and for more information about special experiences, I invite you to visit our website, www.slovenia.info, where you can also find all relevant information about Slovenia as a tourist destination. You can find also the publications, which can be also downloaded, or you can watch them online. Follow us on social media channels to get the latest news and impressions from Slovenia. And the last thing, and my last question to you is, what will be your way of feeling Slovenia? So from my side, hvala. Thank you very much. I hope to see you in Slovenia really, really soon. If you need anything, let us know. And now I give the word to Mitja to take you through their programs. Mitja.
Thank
Thank you very much, Gina.
I have a question though. What is the 0-kilometer culture? What is that?
That means that the ingredients that they use are local,
Okay.
that they are as close as they can get it, because we don't want really long, how do you say, the chains?
Transportation.
Chains to Slovenia. So farm to table and 0 kilometer. That's the concept in the gastronomy.
Oh, amazing. Great. Thank you. Now Mitja's gonna tell us all about.
Thank you, Jiva. Well, hi to everybody. My name is Mitja. I'm representative of Roundabout Experiences, the DMC in Slovenia. I think Jiva said it all. I don't know what I'm doing here. So she had a really great presentation. Okay, yeah. Let's. I'll also say something about us. how we what we're trying to do, what we're trying to create. So we are a DMC. Now we are on the market for 16 years, and our start was a little bit different from what we are today. So we started as a local tour operator, organizing scheduled daily tours first in Ljubljana, all around Slovenia, and then being successful in that, we expanded to Croatia and then even to Serbia. So today we have offices in Ljubljana, Zagreb, and Belgrade. And then about 6-7 years ago, we decided that our focus should be more into more demanding requests, more demanding guests. So everything became tailor-made, and doing a quality work there as well. We were awarded a few years ago by the Signature Travel Network to become the destination specialist for this region. And since then, if I had to explain what we are today, in one sentence, I would say that we are a destination management company that focuses on creating unique and exclusive experiences in the region. With these experiences, we want to be different, we want to be fresh, and definitely sustainable. Sustainability is a very important part of our operation, as well as the whole country's national strategy. So I also prepared a selection, a presentation of the experiences that we are creating for our guests, and I would just like to share it with you now. Just a second. Yep. The screen is okay. Now you should see it, right? So it's for roundabout experiences, it's all about creating a personalized itinerary, personalized product. So it's for us, it's really important to know as much information as possible about the guests, so we can really create a perfect, the most perfect product for the guest. So let's start with some of the experiences in our Alpine region. So like Živa already said, this is our Alpine Jewel Lake Bled with an island in the middle and a castle above it. For us, it was important to learn how to go away from the crowds, even in in the very busy places on a popular sites like Lake Bled. So we are taking here a private traditional wooden boat, and we are arranging a private musician. We can arrange a picnic lunch on the boat, anything to make this visit, to make this ride as special as possible. And since we are on the edge of the Julian Alps, we are organizing, for those who don't like to drive too much or who like to have something special, we are organizing helicopter rides from point A to point B, because views here on the mountain peaks and mountain lakes are just amazing. We are very, very strong wine region or wine country. We have 3 different wine regions, and even though we are not that known as the strong wine region in the world, that's because we don't have large famous wine producers. But the specifics of our wine industry is that we have thousands of small ones, literally thousands, and it's important to know that we have these boutique wine cellars with very personal approach. When you come to Slovenia for a wine tasting, you always meet a winemaker, the owner who made the wine. You learn about the stories. We can, for those who really like the wine, we can create, we can go really into the depth with the wine. We can open the barrels, to check the wines at different stages of maceration and fermentation. We do blind tastings. We do tastings in different kind of locations. So we can be really, really creative here. So we have an amazing underground world. Slovenia only has more than 10,000 of caves because a big part of Slovenia is rich with limestone in the ground, and there is amazing underground world, and this world can be discovered in many different ways. It can be done on foot, it can be done on a raft boat, even on a kayak and bicycles for those who are seeking more of an adventure. But the queen of the underground is our Postojna cave, and this is one of the most popular, if not the most popular, or known Karst cave in Europe. And again, here we learned how to go away from the crowds, even in the busy hours, you know, in a way that you wouldn't run into another visitor. And this is how we are also surprising our guests, how we are giving something additional, exceeding expectations. You know, we are organizing private concerts in the cave. We can open a nice bottle of wine somewhere nice. We've done marriage proposals, wedding ceremonies underground. So again, here so many opportunities for us to be creative. With our partners, we are organizing one of very special experiences, and this is dinner in the mine. And we can say that this is the deepest dining room in Slovenia. But basically, we go here 160 meters below the surface and create amazing dinner experience here. And everything that I'm sharing with you today, we can do for one person, a couple, or even a larger. We can handle larger requests as well. But we focus on small groups and individual travelers. This is our specialty. We like to combine certain activities with, for example, wine tastings. You know, we organize bike rides in the vineyards itself, you know, so you can really feel the wine region. And then at some point, you know, a winemaker can surprise us, you know, at the perfect location and do the wine tasting there. We are bringing our guests on top of the mountain. They can hike, or we bring them, you know, on the top of the mountain with wheels. Put them in a paraglide, and after landing down in the valley, our team would be waiting there and preparing something special for them before moving on to the next location, for example. Pop-up restaurant in the vineyard, it's one of the new thing that we can arrange, or we are arranging in different kind of location. Basically, we do the whole setup. We bring tables, chairs, chefs with all the equipment, musician, lights, anything to make the event as unique as possible in a special location. One of my favorite things is this vintage tours that we are doing with our partners. So basically, we are discovering the countryside in the old timers, of course, renovated, refurbished, and we are stopping in the old villages. We are passing the old the fields of olive trees. And by the way, this region of part of Slovenia, part of Croatia, this part of the Eastern Peninsula has been proclaimed for the best region for growing olive trees in the world for the last 5 or 6 years. So we are very proud of the quality of the olive oil here. It's not, of course, produced in really big quantities, but the quality is what it counts. We have this traditional wooden sailboat on the coast, which we used to go to enjoy the sunset. We can have a lunch on the boat. We can even visit a unique sea bass fish farm where we can catch a fish together. And this fish can be prepared on the boat, you know, as a fresh fish carpaccio together with a nice glass of wine, or even better, with a bottle of wine. We even have a wine cellar, you know, under the sea, so we age wine, more exactly sparkling wine under the sea, and it can be a nice surprise for our guests to arrange something like this. So a diver can go on the bottom of the sea and brings a bottle the bottle up on the surface just for them. Some people like to go away from the fine dining, you know, some people like to go back to the basics, and we are getting more and more inquiries for something like that. And Slovenia is perfect destination for this because we are one of the most sustainable countries in the world. We have a lot of these ecological farms where we can accommodate our guests, and you know, they can learn about the life on the farm. They can, you know, help also with some of the things like milking the cow, like, you know, helping with some of the processes for cheese and meat products. Very, very nice experience that can be. But as Živa already mentioned, we have world-class chefs. Even for a small country like us, our gastronomy is extremely diverse. And what we are able to do is not just, you know, bringing our guests to their amazing restaurants, you know, on an 11 or 13 course meal. But what we are doing is that we can bring these chefs to a certain to a unique location, to a certain location where our guests are, and they can prepare a dish or two in front of our guests in order to, you know, to really create an exclusive experience. We can accommodate our guests on top of the mountain, in a shepherd's village, so you can feel or see how this kind of life looks like. One very special thing is the secret dinner that we are organizing. Basically, we can take our guests blindfolded. You could say we kidnap them and take them to a secret location. And this location can be somewhere in the nature. It can be something like a museum, a theater, anything, and then create an amazing dinner that on that location as a surprise. We can discover our capital from different kind of perspectives, from a private wooden boat going on the river, having a private lunch on the boat, and to see how the city looks like from the river perspective, or from above, taking a hot air balloon flying over the city. We are organizing private visits of the museums in after working hours. In few of the museums, as I mentioned, we can even organize a dinner as a very exclusive thing. You've seen this famous Ljubljaner horse. It's funny for us that most of people know this horse from a Spanish riding school in Vienna, but they originate from here, from this particular Ljubljastadt farm. And here we are organizing horseback riding, carriage rides on this amazing property, and we can stop on a perfect location under a tree, have a lunch there, or a dessert, or again glass of wine. It's we talk a lot about the wine when we talk about Slovenia. Even though we are not adrenaline kind of agency, we have great partners doing that, and Slovenia is rich with clean wild waters, and they're perfect for kayaking, rafting, canyoning, and many different adrenaline or adventure experiences on the water. Slovenia and Julian Alps are perfect for hiking and biking, and for many different difficulty levels, and it's we can discover together beautiful mountain lakes, and we can even spend the night on top of the mountain in a mountain hut. And so yeah, and everything that we explained together with Živa, all the diverse landscape, all the diverse amazing gastronomy makes this region, makes this country perfect for weddings and honeymoons. This is becoming more and more popular because we have amazing venues to organize something like this. And obviously we are not wedding planners. We have two partners doing a great job doing that. We organize everything pre and post, all the experiences, and I would say that our specialty also is becoming honeymoons. So organizing trips for honeymooners, and we are surprising happy couple on every corner, to make this trip as memorable as possible. And this is it from my side. Hopefully I wasn't too long and you got the idea of what we are trying to create and what we're trying to achieve. And hope to see you here, so you can test us. You can, I assure you, you'll be back for more.
Thanks, Mita. So I have a question. What type of wine is in Slovenia? Whites or reds or?
Živa, will you? Yeah. So the.
I'm sorry. Okay. I just couldn't unmute myself right away. But please talk with me. So yeah, red wine, white wine, orange wine, you name it, we have it. Really everything that you would like to have, but it depends. For example, on the coastal side, more, let's say, popular are the red wines. In the eastern part of Slovenia, that means Maribor, and further is more a white wine countryside, let's say. So it actually depends on the region that you are in. But as I said, red wine, rosé, champagne, sparkling wines,
And
Yeah.
definitely we are the leading country in the world, and not a lot of people know that, for orange wines. So for this traditional method, primal method of growing wine, Slovenia is probably the #1 country for orange wines. And this is the thing that, when wine lovers come to Slovenia, like I mentioned in my presentation, we have, I think, about 3,000 registered wineries, even though we are a small country. And this is the thing that it's everything is boutique, everything is small, everything is special character, personal approach. And this is our advantage, this is where we are different from, let's say, more known wine regions in the world.
And the underground, is it the underwater wine cellar?
Really
How
cool.
long?
Yeah.
How long have the bottles been in there?
It can be for usually for a year. This is usually for a year. And
Okay.
it's not only, let's say this is one example, but we also have examples where we age wines in the river, in the eastern part of Slovenia, in the caves underground. So yeah, we are quite creative, and a water is the bottom of seeds. We discovered that it's quite constant temperature, and it's a good environment for growing wine.
That's amazing.
Can
Yeah.
you tell me again? I probably missed this because I'm always late. What is the best access to get if you were focusing an itinerary on Slovenia? Do you fly into?
Yeah,
So
most probably from the United
Gina,
States.
just so I'll tell you, Gina is my travel agent friend from Texas.
Oh
So,
yeah.
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Gina.
Nice to
Thank
meet
you. Thank you for taking your time. Definitely has been for the last several years. This would be Venice. Venice is the best, in the best way connected to the United States. One of the airport that is closest for us, and it's most of the flights from United States come to Venice. We are also very close to Vienna, and we as a DMC know this area, neighboring area, also very well, because it can be a nice addition. Venice plus Slovenia, Vienna plus Slovenia, even Budapest. So these are the airports that usually our guests come in. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they can
I've done-
fly into Venice and then like do a transfer, Rita?
Exactly. Most of the time we pick our guests in the Venice airport. It's 1 hour drive from our first and the best wine region, Goriška Brda. So there is already border. 1 hour drive is nothing. It's another hour.
In 1 hour, you're drinking wine.
Of course, and that we promise you. That's in the itinerary, and it has to be. To also to kill the jet lag. It's a must. And yeah, another hour from the border to Ljubljana, the capital, and everything is very close. Everything is very accessible, and so yeah, it's not. Even though Slovenia is not so well connected in terms of flights, the closeness of these airports, it's a big advantage for us. And as I said, we as a DMC, we are offering most of the times these combinations, with Venice, Vienna, or neighboring countries.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's nice because then the clients don't have that third leg, to go to another airport. They can just do the one connection from the
Exactly.
States,
Exactly.
at least from the East Coast.
Yeah.
Sometimes Gina has another connection because she's in Texas. So.
So what would you, I'm looking at your website and a number of your tours. What's kind of your favorite time frame for Slovenia? I guess you have seen a 10-day tour even.
We can have 14-day tour, and each day will be very, very different.
Okay.
And I would say my favorite months for traveling around the country are May, June, September, and October. This is because it's the best temperature. Even though it's maybe not that hot as in July and August, in May or June, sea is not, as warm, but it's really the nicest temperature to travel around. And there is less people, visiting, less tourists from, neighboring countries that usually come here in July and August. And it's it's just, these are my favorite months. And well, as Živa mentioned, 60% of the forest, 60% of the country is covered with forest. And imagine how everything goes to yellow and red colors in the fall. So yeah,
beautiful. So people that are driving from Venice to Croatia are going through Slovenia.
they have to.
They have to.
If they are not taking the boat, they have to go through Slovenia. Yeah.
But it's just we can start in Venice and do a full Slovenia down through Croatia. That's a beautiful itinerary.
Yes, amazing.
I'm just looking at the map. I'm not
I'm
not being distracted.
That's right.
I'm just looking at the map.
I'm just going to stop the recording. So thank you, Mita and Živa, for presenting this wonderful country for us.
Thank
and
you.
I and Gina look forward
Thank
to
you.
sending
Our
our
pleasure.
clients there.